So my values, 3 to 5. So integrity, um, freedom, contribution, um, empowerment, um, it's really hard to pick just a couple. um, so integrity, it's really important um, that I stick with integrity. That's my number one for sure. Freedom, I'm a life path 5. I don't like to be stuck in a life that isn't mine. Contribution, I really want to contribute to others. I really want to help other people, um, people who can't help themselves. Empowerment, I want to empower people to believe in themselves, to know that they could do anything that they want to. And then let's see, what is I think connection. Um, I really love to connect with people. What's funny is I've spent so much time with me and the computer trying to trying to get me to the point where I could then connect with people in the way that I want, where I could connect with them and we could experience life together and I could help empower them and encourage them um, and and we could help each other. So let's see. Yeah. So integrity, I'm gonna be honest with you, even if it's not pretty. Freedom, honestly, I'd love to have the freedom, financial freedom, location freedom. I would love to have the freedom, the most basic freedom that I deeply desire is to do what I love to do full time. Contribution, I've talked about that already. Yeah. So connection, and I love all people. Um, when I created Only the Inspired, lots of times I've felt like, um, like I said, I love people, but lots of times I've felt like I'm not surrounded by the people that have a constant growth mindset like I do, and encourage people and the crazies who want to help make an impact on the world. I would say, and that's my definition of Only the Inspired. So um, when I was first coaching and I was doing relationship coaching, I was working with these people who were unwilling to do any of the work themselves. They wanted me to just tell their partner that they were wrong. But the person that I was working with was unwilling to do any change themselves. And I realized at that point, because you're trying to find your ideal client, right? I realized at that point that I don't want to work with everybody. I wanted to surround myself with the people who are sitting next to me at a Tony Robbins event or a Brendan Burchard event, people who are in the thick of it doing everything they can to become the best version of themselves. And so I called those people inspired because I am highly inspired. And then I wanted to surround myself or make a community of people who were only the inspired. That way, we could freely talk about changing the world and nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to look sideways at you like, who do you think you are? I wanted to surround myself and have a collection of people who are big thinkers, who believe that they could do anything. And that's why I called it Only the Inspired, because then you don't have to try and include everybody. You're being surrounded by the change makers and the game changers and the ones who really want to make a difference and want to make an impact. And that's not everybody. That doesn't mean that I don't love everybody, but those are the people that I crave to be around. That is the connection part that I'm talking about. And I struggle with this also because I'm highly driven and highly motivated to make a difference, and not everybody is. And sometimes I could judge myself. I could be judgmental if people don't, if they're not on the same space, and I judge myself for being crappy because everybody's got their own version. Not everybody's meant to want to change the world, but I crave being around those people because it allows me to expand. And many times I felt like I was the only person that feels that way. And again, like I said, I kind of judge myself on that situation because I don't look down on anybody, but I do crave to be around the people who help me expand. I hope that makes sense.